Douglas Bruno McCartney, 78-year-old atheist maverick from Barnet in Hertfordshire, about 10 miles north of London. Is it that way? Why would I refer to myself as an atheist maverick? Apparently I'm too radical, too extreme, too in your face. And it upsets some people. Some people are offended. And not only that, I publish an atheist website that features erotica. Oh no, not erotica. Apparently, atheists are above all that. Atheists are superior beings. Yes, they are. You should know that. And I let the side down. Yes, I do. I let the side down. Now, how come I've turned out to be such a radical, extreme, and in-your-face sort of troublemaker? Could it be because I've been influenced by people like Dr. Madeleine Murray O'Hair, founder of American Atheists, who I was lucky enough to meet back in the early 1980s. Could it be because I was influenced by revolutionaries like Thomas Paine? Could it be because I was influenced by outspoken orators like Robert G. Ingersoll? Could it be because I was influenced by philosophers, or I'm sure he would rail against that word, like Jiddu Krishnamurti, who had a massive effect on the way I see life? Perhaps it was due to the fact I was influenced by courageous, free-thinking women like Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony. because I was influenced by brave and outspoken atheists like Bertrand Russell, Lord Bertrand Russell, if you don't mind. And people like Christopher Hitchens. And Professor Richard Dawkins. Ian Hersey Ali. And Sam Harris. Those are the people I admire and respect. I have no time for this wishy-washy, politically correct, piss-weak atheism. I am who I am, and I do what I do. What exactly do I do? Well, I have what is known as a cunning plan. Well, as a matter of fact, we can 5 cunning plans. Cunning plan number 1. I'm writing to dozens and eventually hundreds of scientists, politicians and media people. I'm trying to find someone or a group of people who are concerned about global nuclear war, the obliteration of all life on planet Earth. That's cunning plan number 1. Cunning plan number 2 is to produce, with the help of these people, a movie similar to Al Gore's An Inconvenient Truth. Do you remember that? The Inconvenient Truth. Al Gore single-handedly awakened thousands, possibly millions of people to the dangers of global warming. My job, as I see it, is to awaken the world to the dangers of nuclear scorching, the annihilation, the obliteration of all life on planet Earth. Are you listening, Greta? I need your help.
Hey, Greta, get a load of this. What on earth makes you think you're going to live long enough to suffer the consequences of global warming? Gird your loins and get ready for global scorching.
Cunning plan number 3. This is a book I wrote back in the early 1980s, shortly after I met Dr. Madeleine Murray O'Hair. She was terrified that President Ronald Reagan was plotting nuclear war in order to bring Jesus down, the second coming. when all these born-again evangelical rah-rah-rah Christians were going to be raptured into the sky to meet Jesus, who just happens to be plummeting down. He gives them all a little pat on the head, continues his journey downwards, does battle with the great beast, 666, drives the great beast into the lake of eternal fire, and then all these born-again evangelical rah-rah-rah fuckheads flutter down and repopulate the planet. Doesn't that give you a warm feeling in the stomach? Cunning plan number 4 is to launch a GoFundMe website, or whatever it is you do. I don't want 1 cent out of this. I've got a perfectly drivable 1996 Toyota Camry that I'm happy with. I live in a little unit that I'm happy with and I can afford. I don't want money for myself. I'm too old to worry about money for myself. I'll be dead a year or 2 from now. But I do want enough money to fund the movie I'm talking to you about. I need people to help me if they're concerned about it. Are you concerned about it? Are you concerned about the end of all life on planet Earth? Probably not. Chances are you, like everybody else, hasn't given it a moment's thought. Let's face it, you're more concerned about sport. You're more concerned about your video games or gambling or porn. There's 101 things you're concerned about. Chances are you haven't given global nuclear obliteration one tiny, weeny little thought since the Cuban Missile Crisis, and yet we have come close to nuclear war on numerous occasions since then. Let me ask you a question. I challenge you to answer it. How many times can you run red lights on a Saturday night in a busy city? Once, twice, 3 or 4 times? How about 20 times? Can you run red lights 20 times on a busy Saturday night in a major city? Chances are the answer is no. And we've come close to nuclear war on numerous occasions, and so far we've been lucky. How much longer do you think that luck's going to hold out? So, cunning plan number 5, this damned virus thing. I'm here in Australia and I shall be speaking to people at Speaker's Corner in the Domain, trying to influence someone, trying to find someone who cares. This is the craziest situation I've ever heard of in my life. Planetary population of, I don't know, 8 billion, something like that, and we've only got half a dozen, maybe a dozen people in the whole world who care about the obliteration of all life on planet Earth.
Created by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists in 1947, the clock intends to warn of impending disasters.
The business of everyday politics blinds people to the risk. We're playing Russian roulette with humanity, and the danger and the probability is mounting that there will be some kind of nuclear incident that will kill millions, if not initiating exchanges that will kill billions. Given that threat, why aren't people more concerned? Because they're not. People feel very comfortable in high places at living at the brink of total Armageddon.
Somehow or other, we've got to raise the awareness, and we've got to produce a video about 1,000 times more scary than On the Beach. Do you remember that? The book by Neville Shute, and a movie was produced, On the Beach. It scared the life out of a lot of people. We need a movie at least as scary as that, maybe 10 times more scary than that, warning people that we're on the very tipping edge of nuclear disaster, nuclear annihilation. And don't think for 1 second that just because you live in the southern hemisphere, you're going to be okie dokie. It ain't going to happen, because when that nuclear cloud, that radioactive nuclear cloud, floats down from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere, you will wish you had died in the initial blast. As it happens, you will die of starvation, because nothing grows without the sun. The Hebrew God was the only thing that could grow vegetables before he created the sun. Oh, there's nothing funny. Why am I laughing? You will become nourishment for rats and cockroaches and fleas and flies, the only creatures likely to survive global nuclear obliteration. And guess what? It's coming to a theater near you.
The explosion of the first atomic bomb marks a turning point for humankind. Over the following decades, more than 2,000 atomic warheads are tested. They generate an unprecedented release of radioactive dust that spreads across the globe.
Look, I don't care whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu. I've got more respect for you than I have for most atheists. Atheists are silent. Humanists are silent. They don't want to upset anybody. What I'm saying to you, I'm doing the best I can to say to you, if you care about your life, the life of your family, the life of your loved ones, then for goodness sake, join me in this campaign. Let's deal with this problem. It's the biggest problem facing the planet ever. There has never been a greater problem. You think this lockdown, this pandemic is a problem? Well, it is. But it's nothing. It's chicken feed. It's just a hint of a whiff of a problem compared to what's coming, unless you do something. And all I can say at the moment is support me. Let's get this damn thing started. Let's produce a movie like Al Gore's Inconvenient Truth, but 10 times more terrifying. Let's awaken the world. I can't do this on my own. I'm begging you. I've never begged in my life before. I'm begging you to help. Make a difference. Save the fucking planet, for God's sake. Save every, never mind men and women, to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of patience with adults. Save the children, save the beautiful animals. Please, do something. Contact me. Between us, we can make a difference. On my own, I can't do a damn thing. But with your support and with the support of people like Greta Thunberg, doesn't matter whether you agree with her or not, she's a brave, powerful young lady. We need millions more just like her. The only way we're going to survive on this planet is to deal with this dreadful situation that we find ourselves in, with 20,000 nuclear missiles ready to go, many of them on hair trigger alert, ready to launch at a moment's notice. We have to deal with this. Wake the fuck up!